life, talking about strife, talking about food. Yes, I'm always in the mood. Talking about fears, talking about tears, talking about cheers. Late night. It's my 50th episode. I wrote a song, recorded it. It's on my SoundCloud page. It's crazy talk. I don't like the way that sounds, so we're going to turn the camera around to me, and I'm going to play it at a louder pace. Oh my God, my hair. Okay, so I wrote a song today for the 50th episode, and that was not working the way I did that. So let me try this. Hope everybody's okay. I decided that when my 75th episode comes up, and my 100th, I'm going to do something different every time. So I wrote a song today out of nowhere. And I play keyboards on it and drums. And I want you guys to hear it. Okay, we're gonna do a little better. Hope everybody's okay. Okay, I've done 50 episodes of this show. I just started this show as just something for fun late at night. But here is the song that I wrote for this show. It's called Late Night Talking. I'm gonna play it louder. That did not work the way I wanted it to. And you know, that's life. Sometimes life doesn't work that way. You have to kind of make an adjustment. And here we go. This is much louder. Much better. So my SoundCloud page. Let's go fast forward. Talking. Late night. It's my SoundCloud page. Talking. Talking about life. Talking about strife. Talking about food. Yes, I'm always in the mood. Talking about fears. Talking about tears. Talking about cheers. Late night. Late night. Talking. So I wrote that song today in honor of my 50th episode. You can go to my SoundCloud page. And you can listen to it for free. I might even have a download thing for it. But yes, I wrote a song in honor of my 50th episode. Wearing my Puerto Rico shirt. Hello, everybody. You never know when you start something, you never know how far it'll go. That's kind of the crazy thing, isn't it? I'm very prolific writing right now on my music. Hi, everybody. Hi, Gibson Girl. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. I just talk a lot with James Lott Jr., my late night talk show on IG Live. 50 episodes today. I can't believe it's been 50 episodes. I've been home 68, 69 days at this point. Left the house once, day 60. Thank you. But yeah, I've been writing songs on TikTok. I've been writing songs on here. The songs have just been pouring out, and people actually are liking them for some reason. So I'm like, okay, I guess so. But I want to premiere the song on here. It's my new song for here. I will be putting it out there for everybody else to listen to. But I came up with it. It took me about 2 hours to come up with the song. My fro is crazy. It's a little crazy today. But yeah, 50 episodes, folks. Today I did a lot of relaxing today. Of course, that's the fireworks going off. Did a lot of relaxing. I also talked to some friends of mine from San Francisco. We did a FaceTime call. There was like 5 of us, and that was fun. I laid low. Tomorrow I'm doing the When Hope Calls after show. So I watched my 2 episodes for that and took my notes. Also took my notes for the Studio City episode 2 episode I'm going to record. Tomorrow's a light day. This week is much lighter on purpose. I only have 2 interviews tomorrow and 1 show to do. And it's spread out. I have 1 at 11, then I have 1 till 4, and then me and Marissa do our show at 5. So, yes, Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so it's going to be a light day tomorrow, so I'm glad about that. I I didn't take a nap to get off the phone, but I did take a little nap later on. My stomach's been acting up a little bit today. I don't know what that's about. I think I ate some dairy by accident and something. I don't sure, but it was acting up a little bit today. But I'm fine. Nothing major. Well, I didn't. Nothing crazy. Nothing a little ginger ale has been helping with and everything. But I haven't eaten that much today because of it. My stomach just felt a little light. I felt a little nauseous. I don't know what's going on. But we're good. And yeah, I know self care is important. But I was like, today I laid low today. I've been literally laid low today. I didn't talk to anybody today. I talked to Tony Moore, I think, this morning. I talked to Casey and Candy early this morning for work stuff. And then I said I did that phone call around 6 to 7:30. Took a nice hot shower. We were hanging in there, but I'm going to leave this open. This is for the 50th episode because I talk. All I do is talk a lot. Oh, where's my bell? I gotta do this. I'm going to do the jokes. I'm going to do the puns. Let me try one more time. Take two. Oh, wait. I can do even better than that. I can do better than that. I need a chalk though. Take two. So for the 50th episode, you can ask me questions because I always talk a lot. So this time you get to ask me questions for the next 50 minutes. Ask you whatever you want, and I'll decide if I want to answer it or not. Yeah, exactly. So it's up to you. So you tell me what you want to know. I have my glasses on, but I think I can see. I feel like sitting up today in the light. I feel like going towards the light like a moth. I had two cats outside that decided they were going to fight outside my window. I'm like, you both don't belong here. Go somewhere. And they didn't even care. They looked at me like I was crazy. I had to go outside with a shovel and chase them. I was going to hit them. I was going to just shoot them away. Then they finally ran off. But they looked at me like, they were sitting in my chairs outside, like just hanging out, sitting in my chairs. It's like going to start fighting. Like, how are you going to come to my yard, start fighting in my yard, sit in my furniture, and then look at me like I'm crazy until you leave? Unwanted guests. Yvette Salas says, oh, she has one. Have you been in your hammock? I didn't do it today. It was a little too windy today. I don't want to start flying away in there. It was a little windy back there, so no, I didn't get out there. So yes, you can ask me, and I'm not gonna talk unless you ask me questions. I'm gonna sit here and just stare at you guys. Oh, jeez. What have you learned while doing these 50 episodes? Of course, it's happening now. Excuse all the shooting in the background. I'm in the ghetto. What have I learned? I learned several things. I have learned that, this was at first for other people, but I've really enjoyed it for myself. I didn't expect that. I thought I was gonna do this every once in a while, but now I've been doing it every day almost. I've done a few days. I've been done almost every day. So I've been really enjoying it. I never thought I would be enjoying it, but I look forward to it at 10 o'clock. I've learned that when I can't do it, or I'm tired and I can't do it, or I'm doing something else, I'm kind of sad. It's been fun. It's been a fun 50 episodes. I just didn't really realize that I was going to keep doing this. It's going to happen. So it's going to go on forever. I mean, it's like the time's going by fast. It's just going by fast. That's what I'm learning. It's going by fast. I'm like, this is like, okay, well now 50, 75, that's 25 more episodes. 75 will be here before you know it. Then 100 will be here before you know it also. So it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna get a cough drop. You can ask me another question, folks. This is an all questions episode, so I'm gonna sit here quietly and nobody answers the question. Thank you, all my beauty. Hi, Nisi. Hi, everybody. This is a questions episode, and keep it G and PG-13, please. I will not answer anything R or X-rated. I will sit here until someone asks a question. That's what the 50 is all about. Puerto Rico. I can't either. I can't be 50 episodes either. That's just crazy. You know what's going on. Thank you. What is your favorite drink while doing the show? That first one I made. For those first episodes I made, I had a drink that was doing, it was the whiskey with lemonade. I wish I could have saved those episodes. I couldn't save them. But it was like whiskey, lemonade. No, it was the Diet Cranberry, lemonade, whiskey, so all mixed together. It was good. Yes, my performance is this Friday. I'm working on it right now. What's a guilty pleasure of mine? Good question. It's an all questions episode, Tony Moore. It's my 50th episode. I played my new song I wrote for the show at the opening of the episode. I wrote another song on my SoundCloud page and played it for them. Yeah, Caribbean White. That's what it was called. Thank you. Caribbean White. That's what it was. I know what it was. It was the white rum Diet Cranberry. That's what it was. And a splash of water. That's what it was. Guilty pleasure of mine. I don't have any guilty pleasures. I mean, I like playing video games, like the old school ones, like Miss Pac-Man, Centipede, and all that. I like those. I do. I have to bring back. Now I'm thinking I got to bring back that Caribbean White thing. I got to write that down. That's what it was. I got to bring that back. That was the clear rum and the Diet Cranberry. I'm writing that down now. 'Cause I'm like, I got to bring that back. And it's a white rum. I guess that would be it. I mean, I like to play video games, sometimes the old school video games. I played this casino game, this slot machine game on my phone for free, but I play it all the time. I got time for a few, not a lot. They're not wrong off. And pomegranate, that's right, pomegranate. It's a diet pomegranate. Pomegranate, that's what it was. Thank you, Matty Tiger, that's what it was. Did I finish the mango sorbet? No, I haven't. It's a little too sweet for me. If you are invited to be on a reality show, would you go for it? No. Well, let me amend that. No. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? I love Empire Strikes Back. My favorite dessert. It could be oh my God, get it out. Peach pie or pound upside down cake. What's funny, Tony Moore, you can smart ass because I am old. I was there when Atari first started because I am old. I was one of the first and only black people to go to an Apple computer camp back in 1983, bitches. So take that, Tony. There was only a few in the country because Apple just started, and I was the only black person out of 300 kids who went to the computer camp. So there. Is there anything about you that we don't know that would surprise us, like any hidden talents? There are some things that are X-rated I can't share with you guys. Really, I wouldn't. No, I would not. I don't think. I watch some reality. I would never want to do reality TV because I know how it's produced. I work in TV. I know how it's produced, and I'm just like I would not want to. Somebody is texting me, and I sent her all information, and she's texting me at 10 to 17 at night. I'll deal with her afterwards. I'll deal with her afterwards. Okay, let me take a little note to myself. People don't pay attention. Okay. No, I have noticed. I would notice. I watch like Survivor, Amazing Race. I would never want to be on them. I would never. I know how they're produced. They're edited. I just would never want to be on one. Oh no. But I don't mind being on a show that's like a I don't mind game shows or competition shows that are not like super like those kind of things. I don't mind those. What's your favorite buddy? Go eat with that Bob's Big Boy. Brandon Larkins, of course. Brandon Larkins. Yes, you were 1 year old in 1983. I would say something, but, Tony, I was part of the Louisiana Purchase, not the Oregon Trail. My family's from there. Yes, carrot cake and flan are my two favorite things in the whole entire world, which I hate them both. Yes, cheese and crackers. I got picked to be on several game shows, which you'll find out soon. During the COVID virus, I got picked on a couple of competition shows. So I'll let you guys know what happens as it happens. But I did audition and I got asked. And had some irons in the fire when they go back to production. So, but yes, I was picked for 3 different shows on 3 different networks. That's all I can say about that. But in reality TV, oh no. No, no. But hidden talent. So back to hidden talents. And Mrs. Demira asked me. I can juggle. Some people don't know that I can juggle. I don't know what you guys know about me or don't know about me. I play piano. My keyboard back here. I was playing the piano. That's why I played that song. My keyboard. That's a good question. I don't know. I took cartography as a kid, so I know how to read maps and create maps. I also know calligraphy. I think that's a kid. What do you least like about your job? Well, fortunately, I love my work. So I'm very good. So the only thing that I would say that the least thing is scheduling people. That sometimes is the craziest thing, is trying to get people scheduled and have them in and stuff. That's the only problem with that. But other than that, I love my job, and organizing that job, I love it also. I mean, I love what I do, so I'm very fortunate. My favorite song from the 90s, Come On Ride the Train, You Can Ride It, Choo-choo Ride, Come On Ride the Train, You Can Ride It, Choo-choo Ride, Come On Ride the Train. If you could be on any shows, past or present, what show would you be on? Girlfriends. Happy Endings. The Original Dynasty. I want to be Dominic Devereaux's son. I want to be the first black male bitch on television. I know how to get a drink. Can you ride it? Hit you ride. Come on the rain. You can ride it. I was twerking back in the day when twerking just came out. I don't twerk. I don't really twerk anymore. If you go back in time, what event would you like to go back to and why? I wouldn't want to go back in time. What is one thing, as a black man, I have no desire to go back in time at all. What is the one thing you can't live without? Well, I lived without it for about 8-9 months. My mouth, the use of my mouth. It's kind of weird. I guess I can do without it because I did for 8-9 months, but it's my life. I don't think I could even imagine not having the use of my face again. That was the strangest thing in my life, having Bell's palsy. What inspired your first time? My first time what? What inspired my first time what? What would you tell your future self? Well, it depends on, I mean, I don't know. I would say, that's actually a very interesting question. I always ask you what you tell your past self. What was your first time? Jesus Christ? What? I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know what I would tell my future self. That's really crazy. If you weren't doing what you're doing professionally, what would be your second career choice? I have 10 careers. What do you mean? There's no second career choice. I do 10 different things. Like I'm a professional organizer. I'm a life coach. I am a producer. I am a writer. I'm an author. I'm a songwriter, recording artist, spoken word artist. I do so many different things. I'm trying to think. If I wasn't doing any of those things, that's a good question. I have no idea. All the questions are paid in my ass. Well, tell you what it is. What do you want to know? What I do? What are you gonna tell me? Now I'm curious. My first time to do what? Tell you something. Because I'm like my first time. I was a kid. I was a kid, but I was a teenager. Hormones. I don't know. But I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Now back to that. What would I tell my future self? I don't know. So that's really crazy. What inspired from my first song. Okay. So this is a fun story because literally I just celebrated my 3-year anniversary of the release of my first single. I started writing 4 years ago. For years, I did voiceover work, and people would be like, James, you should do a song. You have a great voice. I know. I wrote a book of poetry. And they say you should do a spoken word piece. One of my heroes is Gil Scott-Heron. If you know who he is, look him up. He was a pioneer. He's called the Godfather of rap. He didn't rap. He did spoken word set to music. Him and Brian Jackson. The Revolution Will Not Be Televised. Whitey on the Moon. He had But the Bottle. He had all these songs. Message in the Bottle. He was my idol. He was a troubled man, but he was my idol. He was very talented. I'm new here. He had a great catalog. So I said, well, I'm not a rapper, but I said but I do have spoken word in me. So I decided to with one producer I was working with on something, they said, James, we'll give you free studio time, write a song. I challenge you to write a song. And I was like, okay. And I'm telling you, divine intervention. Divine intervention. A song came to me within a half hour, which led to I Am Ready. The song is a cross between two songs that I like. One, it's by Demi Moore of all people. It's called "Do You Love Me," and it's from the Rumi. It's a back in the '90s, back in the early 2000s. Deepak Chopra put out an album of Rumi poems set to music. Madonna did a song on there too, but it's a song with Demi Moore that went #1 on the dance charts, and I love the song. And so the song was this inspirational, powerful, positive message set to dance music. And I thought, I am going to try that myself. And literally the lyrics came to me. The first lyrics were, I told the universe what I wanted. And the universe replied, I'll open you and show you the way. And it just came to me. And I am success. I am ready. I mean, it literally came, divine intervention came to me. I wrote the song in 30 minutes. I recorded it in the booth, gave it to him. He came up with my producer Palms came up with the music, and the rest is history. But it was a Demi Moore song. And it's another song by a group called Hal featuring Gillian Anderson. Yes, that Gillian Anderson from X-Files. They have a song called Extremists. Both those songs kind of influenced by the song I Am Ready. Let me go back up. Great question. Let's see. Who would you like to collaborate with the most for a song? I'm collaborating with a bunch of people. Like Ironbeard is on here. Brandon Larkins, I like to do a song with him. My friend Mike Brown, which actually we're putting a song out together. Who would I like to do a song with? My friend Ezekiel Cruz, I always want to do a song with him. He's been really busy, and we're friends, and he's doing a lot of his own music right now. And I really want to do a song with him at some point. My friend Johnny Elbaz, I want to do a song with him. My friend Joshua Silverstein, we did a song a long time ago, but I want him to be on a song again. So I'm going to talk to him. But famous people, I don't know. That's a good question. I like collaborating with everybody. Just, and my friend Rafael Jimenez and I gave him some music. We're kind of like thinking about doing something together. So I just like working with everybody. The question is, anything you haven't done professionally that you would like to do? So far, no. To tell you the truth, I've had a lot of careers in my lifetime. I've been everything from a nurse. I've been teaching, which I do sometimes too now. I've been retail, food service, merchandising, medical. I've done so many different things that I think everything I'm doing right now is exactly what I want to be doing. There's nothing really else I want to do. If an alien came to Earth and to your house, like work from work, what would you tell the alien what it means to be passionate about life? Cheese and crackers, that's a question. First of all, I'd freak the F out because an alien's in my house. Number one. I believe in another life. I do. Hi, Gavin. What would I ever my life being passionate life? That's a good question. Let's get back to that. That's a good question. Would you ever consider going into politics? No. My past is there's just stuff back there, so I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try to, nah. They'll find a tweet from 2009 and crucify me for something. Who knows? So, nah. Politics is not my thing. I come from a family of politicians. I'm like, I leave it to them. My father and all them, they're in it. I'm like, nah. My past is a little too checkered. They'd find something. I'm sure it's not that hard. They'd find something. So, no thank you. I won't do that. What would I tell an alien about being passionate about life? Well, I guess, my thing is, someone said, I remember my friend Michael DeBarge, who was on, Michael DeBarge was on here, says I'd be a good cult leader. I get people to do what I want. I guess, I just feel like there are a lot of things you can do in life. There's so many things you can do. there's the sky's the limit, really, actually, and actually, you're the limitation. That's kind of what it is. The sky's the limit, but you're the limitation. That's literally what life is. Um, we stop ourselves from doing stuff, or trying something, or doing something. Our brain shuts us down. That's the problem. And so I would say, don't shut down passion. You gotta have passion. I had an argument with somebody earlier today about wanting love and being in love and I love passion, and maybe because I come from cultures that believe in that stuff. I guess I'm just very much like passion's a great thing, and I think you can, and I think passion is a wonderful thing, and I feel so passionate about everything that I do because I'm happy doing it, and that's what passion is about: being happy doing what you're doing. But I don't want to limit myself, and so I try stuff, and some stuff works, some doesn't. I collaborate with some people, some collaborations continue, some don't. But I don't regret anything. I just don't regret. No, I regret nothing. I just keep it going, and that's what I would tell him. To go back to that question about what I tell my future self, I guess I would tell my future self, didn't we have a good time? And make sure you don't have any regrets. Just I can honestly slay. I can honestly slay. Um, I have lived life, good, bad, and everything. I've had all kinds of experiences, and I have lived all over the country, and I've been in places in the world. I am very, very fortunate that I didn't let my upbringing and the kind of upbringing that I had, which wasn't great, limit me from expanding. I'm glad I left Inglewood at 18. I'm glad I went and explored and lived other places and traveled. I've traveled alone. I've traveled with other people. I think I would tell my future self, we had a good time, didn't we? We did it. And I've always been myself. My mother said I was James Lott Jr. from birth, whatever that means. Did you ever see the movie Paul? No, I don't know the movie. Can answer your Barbara Walter inspired question. What kind of tree would you be, James Lott Jr.? I'd be a weeping willow. No, I'd be a strong oak. Not what kind of tree I'd be. I'd be a loquat tree. Someone asked me once what kind of flower represents me, and I said a sunflower. Right? Tell a teenager in 2020 why they should watch soaps. They shouldn't watch soaps. They're not good. I don't think any teenager would get it. I don't think any teenager would be interested in any of the soaps that are out right now. There's nothing for them. Unfortunately, there's nothing for them. So I would be like, man. Hope the soaps get a little better, and then I would say why. But I don't think there's anything for a teenager to watch. I don't think anything would get interested. Teenagers today have a whole different world than when I was a teenager. And I was a teenager over 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. So that's a very different time. There were only 3 channels. That's a good question, though. I think I might do it. Well, there's that. You can listen to that. Podcasting, yes. Well, podcasting, teenagers like podcasts. So that's a whole other thing. I was waiting for K-Mike to add forever and a day in the conversation. I was waiting. Here's some good questions, kids. Because my hair's crazy. You were a teenager last month. How were you a teenager last month? You see, I'm giving you shade. Well, you were a teenager. I know you're younger than I am, but I'm like, you ain't that much younger. You ain't that younger. You were a teenager last month. I told you, well, I wasn't born yesterday. I was born 51 years ago. You're leading. Oh, you're leading me. Oh, you're leading. I'm old and slow. I didn't know that's what you were doing. See, Maggie Tiger is helping you, Candy Mac. She threw the ball. She threw the pitch, and I swang and missed. There we go, girl. That's right. That's what I've heard today to promote the show. Blah, 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 blah. These are some good questions. Keep them coming. I do everything. I know you got some questions somewhere. Favorite decade of my lifetime. I love the 70s. I have so many, I was a childhood in the 70s, and I have such great memories. Actually, the bad stuff started happening in the 80s. But in the 70s, it was just like loose and wild, and I love disco, I love rock, the toys, the TV shows, the music. I don't care the clothes, I had a big fro, I don't care, I love the 70s. I do. If I started a cult, you'll join. How many people would join my cult? The cult of Lott. Join a cult of mine. But I love the 70s. The 70s were tacky, But some of the greatest TV shows were on the set, the Jeffersons and Good Times and Eight is Enough and all these things. I love it. Oh, geez. Here she goes. Now she's going through a lot of stuff. Now she's going. So I like the 70s. The 70s were a good time period for me. I liked. Even though there were some things that happened back then that were greatest, but the 80s is when everything was. I love horror films, actually. It was one of my genres I do like. The more gore, the better. I want to see blood and guts coming out. I want to see stuff spewing. I love that. I love that kind of stuff. I do. Maud, of course, is one. And then there's Maud. And then there's Maud. And then there's Maud. And then there's Maud. Good old B. Arthur. And Adrienne Barbeau. Here's a little story about Adrienne Barbeau, who played the daughter. They're from Sacramento. I knew her cousins. There's a whole bunch of Art Barbeaus there. I knew a bunch of the cousins, and some of them were in music. And I knew them when I was in Sacramento. So I didn't know Adrienne. I saw her a couple of times, but I didn't know her. And she did General Hospital a few years back. Remember, she did General Hospital for a little piece of a season. But she was Swamp Thing girl. Swamp Thing. Remember that movie? But yeah, more gore the better. I love me some horror. I like the old horror films where it's like they just go to town. Gory, 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 gory. I have no shame with that. Okay, we got 20 minutes so far, 25 minutes. So I'm going to sit here until more questions come up. I was trying to think did I miss any questions? Let me look if I missed any questions. Okay, no one's telling me about the Paul movie. What is it about? Who would win between Freddy versus Jason versus Jeepers Creepers versus Chucky? Well, Freddy versus Jason already happened. We saw that movie, which I enjoyed. So you know what happens then. I don't know. Good question. They're also different. And one's in dreams. But that one is so weird. A comedy about an alien. Okay. That sounds right up my alley. A comedy about aliens. Good. I used to love that movie a long time ago, Brothers from Another Planet, with early Joe Morton, who of course went on to Scandal fame and God Friended Me fame. But Joe Morton was really funny in Brothers from Another Planet from the 80s. See, the 80s has some good stuff too. I loved it. I like funny. Give me some funny. I need some new. I like funny, inventive comedies that are from different genres. New Halloween. I'm excited. We'll see. I like the Halloween series, so we'll see. Hopefully it's good. Another question. Mrs. Garrett, Adelaide, or Pearl? Different strokes. Mrs. Garrett all the way. Hello. Mrs. Garrett. Favorite period in time, not just during your lifetime. Again, I'm black. So for me, a man of color. So there's no period of time that I would like to be in because it was all not good for us. I'm being really serious. People are like, I want to go back to the 50s or 40s or 30s or back in Roman time. I'd be a slave. So there's no time period in history that I would want to go back to at all. So favorite time period is going to be the 70s, I guess, just because I had a lot of fun. But I just couldn't imagine, yeah. All the time periods are bad. They're just really bad for black people. I don't know. Black men, no thank you. I do not want to go back in time. I've had enough problems in this lifetime. I do not want to go back. There are none. And I don't want to be white. So, that's not fair. I want to stay, whatever. So unfortunately, there's no favorite time period for me. I tell people all the time, there's no favorite time period. I have nothing for me. And that's real talk, bitches. You saw The Ring and Slave. The Ring was freaky when I first saw it. That was really freaky. And Mrs. Garrett, Anna Garrett all the way. Mrs. Garrett was the bomb. Of course. Did you ever do stand-up? Okay, here's the funny thing, Yvette Salas. So 3 years ago, I have a journal here somewhere. I decided I was going to try stand-up. That is one thing. I'm very fearless in everything in my life. That is the one thing I'm scared of, deathly afraid of. And I can go on stage, talk to 10,000 people. I can do a spoken word piece. I can play in a band, all that stuff. When it comes to stand-up, scares the shit out of me. No other word for it. So One day, I'm going to finally. I have so many comedy friends. I went to my friend's a comedy teacher. I've been to his classes. Um, One day, that's a dream. One day, do stand up comedy. One day. But I'm again. I do everything else. I'm scared of that. Which three sitcoms would you say is the greatest? I can't name that. There are 8,000 sitcoms out there that are good. The greatest of all time. I couldn't even name that. I've watched too many. I mean, it's just too. I mean, I've been alive too long. I can't even. I would have to sit down and really like think about it. I couldn't even answer that. Crazy. I couldn't do it. You come to my stand-up show? Thank you. I have so many friends in the business. I have so many friends in the business. I interview them all the time. I talk to them. I'm just scared to death. Did you know that you would break down during your BHL anniversary? I had a feeling. Here's the thing. I've cried on TV so many times at this point. When I start talking about like when I want to thank people, and I think it's one of those things that I had to teach myself that men can cry, and it's okay to show emotion. That shows actually you're a strong man, not weak, when you can show emotion. And I really do, and I mean what I say. And Brandon, you were there, and everybody was there. The folks that I'm getting emotional already right now, cheese and crackers. I just feel like when people take the time to join me for something that is mine, that's my show, I don't take for granted that 5-10 years ago there would be no show. I wouldn't be on television probably. 20 years ago I would have had this opportunity, being how I look and who I am, being older and black and everything. And so when folks take the time to show up for me, I really do appreciate it. Like I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. And I think that. And then so when I started, I knew I'd be fine probably through the show, but I thought, but I have my little speeches. I have a little speech. I don't know. It just. I had a feel like, watch I break down in my speech, and I was trying my best not to. Actually, I was like, James, you always cry all the time when you think. I was like, try not to, and I couldn't help it. I started looking at you guys, and I was just like, I can't help it. I became a crybaby. I just do, because I take it seriously. I think I really take it seriously that you guys are here right now watching my show. I mean, anybody takes the time to watch or buy or download anything that I put out there, and I started from scratch, kids. It means a lot to me. I cried when I came back after Bell's palsy, did my first show at AfterBuzz after a year. I was scared to death, and I couldn't breathe before the show, and my heart was beating fast. And then when people started saying, "It's James, he's back," I started sobbing. I started crying. I started getting emotional now just thinking about it. I'm like, it's fucking crazy. I'm a big old softy. I was a hard ass man when I was younger, and now I'm a big old softy. So now I just let it all out. I cry, I laugh. I mean, whatever. I let the emotions out, and but I really do appreciate when someone is there for me when I make the phone call, no matter who you are, whether it's a big giant A-list star to a friend, and that to me is just kind of. I mean, people tell me, I was told today twice by people saying that I'm inspired by you, James. I'm doing my work because you're doing yours, and I don't know who's watching me. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I just do what I do. That it made me cry. It's just like, I can't believe that someone's like looks at me and goes, well, I can do that too, or I'm inspired also, or it just, I have high self-esteem, don't get me wrong, about my abilities, but when it comes to the people liking what I do, I'm always surprised. So, but I mean, Brandon, you're one of my biggest supporters always, and I appreciate that. And I try to take you along, and my buddy, our buddy Christy Ferris, messaged me today and was just saying the same thing. She's like, James, it's you. I saw that you're doing this new soap. I heard your name was attached, and of course I'm gonna support you. It's like it made me want to cry when she said that. It's like, you don't have to support me. They don't have to do shit for me. But when they say that they really, value my opinion or what I do, it just. Crazy. Looking at your win at the Capital City Awards, when did you find thinking that you needed to embrace your celebrity status? Oh my God, you and Brandon are working together. It was just. I remember when when I was sitting there, And Carolina was sitting next to me, and she's like, "You're gonna win." And I was like, "No, I'm not. You're gonna win." And so then when he said I remember looking up because we were the first, Candace, you and I were in the first row. I looked up and she pulled out the envelope and she said breaking it, and I was like, "Is she saying my name?" And I remember Carolina was like, "Get your award. Get up and get your award." Like my bow tie. I literally thought I was not gonna win. So when I got up there and I first said, "I see all of you out here and half of you have been on my show," it hit me a little bit like, wow, many people in this audience have been on my show. And then it was like, and I said, I'm the old guy. I feel like the oldest person. I'm this old guy. I'm from California. Just like Joseph was there. Joseph's a winner too. Joseph's a winner also because he's a winner too. I just was like, I can't believe this. And that speech was completely from my heart. I did not rehearse a speech. I didn't write down a speech. That came out of that famous speech that I made came out of me. I don't know where it came from. And it just came out of me. And I just kept thinking, and it just happened that weekend. A lot of bad things happened in my life and happened to me the last 3 years. So it kind of like it was a bunch of things at the same time were flooding my brain. And I knew I wanted to say something profound. I feel like all these people are staring at me. And some of them may not even know who I am. I'm just like, I want to say something that leave them with something, I guess. So all those things were hitting me at the same time. My speech is on my YouTube channel, JLG Media, if you guys want to see it. If you haven't seen it. It went viral and it's kind of crazy. I spoke longer than 30 seconds. I told Anthony, I'm so sorry, Anthony. He was like, it was my favorite speech. But I think it was afterwards, because I said this is for the old guys. And I walked off the stage. And then later, people were coming up to me afterwards and were like, "James, I loved your show. I watched your show." People were saying, "I'm one of the old guys, James, too." And they're coming up to me. But people started coming up to me and saying, "That interview you did with so-and-so, or you do all these 10 different things." And I'm like, "You watch my stuff?" Like, I had no idea who knew who the fuck I was. So I think that's what was kind of interesting. It was afterwards, people were coming up to me and were like, "That speech was great, but like I watched your show with so-and-so," and they were naming my shows. Or they're naming that you're the guy on General Hospital Report. And I met Marlon Wallace, who's a longtime fan of GH Report. He came up to me. So it was such a strange thing for me. I really didn't think I was going to win. And you and I both lost the best host category earlier in the thing. Now it's so funny because the first award of the night was best host. So I was just like, "Oh, good, that'll be done. And I can just relax." And I almost forgot we have one more award, like 7 awards in. Then I knew I had towards the end, I was doing Best Actress. I was presenting. So I was ready for that. But I was just kind of like, I forgot there was an award in between there. And when it was like, and now it's time for the Best News Entertainment Series, like, oh, that's me. Oh, it's me again. And I was prepared for the other folks to get it. And I was just like, okay, I'll sit back and relax. And I'll never forget it. It's like, "James, go get your award." And I'm like, oh, okay. And when I watched the video, people were clapping for me and they're smiling. I'm like, oh, I guess they knew who I am. So it was very strange. And then I posted the video and everybody went crazy. And all my celebrity friends were saying, well deserved and a long time coming. And it was one of the best nights of my life. But I didn't go into it thinking I was going to win. So I guess I know a lot of people. I do. I have a friend who calls me the most famous, unfamous person in Hollywood. I do. My reach. I meet people who know me, and people who know of me, or I know somebody who knows. It's all 2 degrees of separation, basically. So I have, yes, and I was happy when Joseph won too. I was glad when he won too. So it was kind of crazy. It was a crazy night that I will never forget. Okay, let's see. Write the entry to your diary for the day before the lockdown. Well, here's what's funny. I thought we'd be out for maybe a couple of weeks and then we'd be back to normal. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. I thought that would be something that would be temporary. Because I made plans to go to Sacramento on March 29th. I told my kids and grandkids, I'll be up there at the end of the month. We'll get together. We'll celebrate my granddaughter's birthday, blah, blah. And then that didn't happen. So I guess the day before I've been thinking, okay, well, I'll be home for a couple of weeks. We'll see what happens and go back to normal. That's probably would have been my entry. We know your strengths. What are your weaknesses? My weaknesses. I don't look at things as strengths and weaknesses, so to speak. I look at things as they're all part of my character. Everything's part of my character. I'm not perfect. There's no such thing as perfection, so there's not that. Um, but I just feel like they're just things that are parts of my personality that may not be the greatest. I'm not quick to anger anymore, but when I get angry, I can be really cold. And so I have to watch that. I'm trying to learn how to still have compassion and care um, in situations where the person made me angry. So I'm trying to learn how to handle that. So that's something that I'm trying to handle. Um, there are times when I try to do a little too much, and I have to slow down. That's because I'm eager and happy. I'm trying to do that. Food. I love food, and that's something. My weight is something that I'm always up and down with, and I don't know if that's a weakness. It's just that it's something that I'm constantly working on. My health is not the strongest, and so that's something that I'm working on. That's something that I'm focusing on. I've been focusing on for the last couple of years after the Bell's palsy. So I'm trying to work on that, but it's not really a weakness. It's just that I'm not. It's not a strength, and it's not a strong thing in me. I'm trying to work on that. So yes. But a lot of other areas, I've gotten better at things. I mean, I used to fall too fast and love and things like that, but I've gotten better at that. I did a lot of therapy. I worked on a lot of stuff. I had a hard time letting certain things go, which I now do a lot easier now. So I've done that. So I've done a lot of work myself. Describe your perfect vacation getaway. Getaway vacation. Be in the Caribbean. I'd be on a beach somewhere, eating local food, eating the fruits off the trees, and relaxing for like 2 weeks. Who are your role models? Good question. Who are my role models? Whoopi Goldberg. I got to meet her. Besides Brand telling me, of course, besides you guys, of course. But no, I look at Whoopi Goldberg because she created a career for herself, not looking and being conventional. I feel like I'm the same way. I'm not a conventional kind of guy, and I do things my way. So I really appreciate her very much. I'm a huge Goldie Hawn fan. I think Goldie Hawn is somebody who she just represents light and love, and she's carved her own way out of things. Sidney Poitier, the way he carried himself. He got a lot of flack, of course, because he's one of the first Negro actors who didn't play the certain roles they wanted him to play. And they were calling him the magical Negro and all that kind of stuff. I admire him for being the first and for refusing to play certain roles and holding himself with such dignity and grace. I hope that I could ever be like that on some level. I think he's such a powerful figure, just the way he walks through life. I'm a huge Sidney Poitier fan. Huge. What did you learn the most on your last trip to Pittsburgh? I sold my house and I turned 50 in Pittsburgh. So I was saying goodbye to a piece of my life that it was kind of sad, but I was passing it on to someone else who was young, who bought the house, and the house served its purpose. And what I learned is that sometimes things come to an end for a good reason. I chose to come to an end. And I'm glad I sold the house at that time. I got full market value for it. And I was turning 50. So it was kind of like, I was by myself. I packed up the house by myself. I turned 50 by myself. I was nowhere with anybody else. And it was a very eye-opening experience. It was kind of like, wow. When all is said and done, and this is not to sound like a downer or anything, but this is the truth. When all is said and done, I have myself to rely on. It all begins and ends with me, like my song I Am Ready says. It begins and ends with me. And I packed up a house by myself, did all the arrangements by myself, had no help from anybody. The Bell's palsy, most of the Bell's palsy, I did it by myself, didn't have any help from anybody. So I'm learning that I am self-sufficient. I am a survivor. I am a thriver, more importantly, and that I really can do things for myself. I think that's the that's the number one thing is that that's what I learned. And I turned 50 while doing it. So it's kind of it was a profound sense of that because it was like, yeah, I'm turning 50 and I did that. Okay. So that's what I learned. That's what I learned the most of my last trip to Pittsburgh. And I was saying goodbye to Pittsburgh, basically. I was like, I probably won't come back again anytime soon. It was the end of an era for me, an end of a chapter. I have family there still, but like I probably won't go. I do miss my Permenti Brothers sandwiches. Convince me to move to California. I'm not going to convince you because it's expensive out here. I love the weather. I love that it's liberal out here. I love the weather. I love there's a lot of culture out here, but it's very expensive. So I'm not going to try to convince you because unless you have money, it's not easy to live out here at all, unfortunately. I love California. I wouldn't live anywhere else at this point. I mean, I've lived all over the place. I'm back home. I'm here. I have no plans to live anywhere else. Yeah, right. It's like you're done. I mean, I left. Now I'm back and I'm here. I don't think I could go back to Pittsburgh or live in New York or be in San Francisco or any of those places. I mean, I did what I did and I love those places, but I'm here. I'm here now. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in Southern California. And I couldn't imagine being else. But I own my home. I have a great situation. I'm very fortunate. But there are a lot of folks who live in Southern California. Their rents are sky high, and it's getting higher, and it's getting tough. A lot of construction stuff happening here. So I just say, if you have the money, then yes. If you don't have the money, stay where you are. If it's cheaper. Shout out to Baltimore. Baltimore. We have about 6-7 more minutes. 6-7 more minutes. These are good. These are good. Make sure I got all the questions. Think anything else? This is my 50th episode. It's almost over already. I cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. Favorite sound? I'll tell you my least favorite sound. And that is the sound of spitting. Grody. Grody, grody, grody. Final moments of my 50th episode. What do you want to say to us? I'm back, bitches. No. Thank you. Well, thank you for tuning in and joining, whether you join every night or join every once in a while or stop through. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for following my journey. This is another journey. I'm glad I'm able to save some of these episodes. The first 25 or so I couldn't save. So for those of you guys who were there from the beginning, thank you for those. Those are they're like our little secret. But the ones since then I've been able to save, you can see on my YouTube channel, JLJ Media. Thank you. It's just been so much fun, and I'm learning a lot, and I just can't believe that my life is where I take chances, and people actually kind of come along with it. You know. I don't know. I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of your late night. That's all. That you guys actually find my stuff entertaining. You find me entertaining. And thank you. I mean, I appreciate that. I mean, I think I'm entertaining. So I mean, I don't know what other people think so, but I think I'm entertaining. So I think that's thank you. Just thank you for that, because any little bit helps, right? Any little bit. This is my village, the community. Any little bit you can give back is always like the greatest thing you should do. And so I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue as long as this goes. I might even do this after the quarantine. I'm glad you're learning stuff. I'm glad that, sometimes we're silly, but sometimes I try to speak some really interesting things that maybe you can learn, and maybe I learn stuff all the time too. So it's a great thing. But yeah, thanks for joining for this late night adventure. It's been so much fun. I mean, I was like, don't make me cry. Big ass cry, baby. Yeah, thank you. No, I know. Thank you. I think the lesson is Try something. You want to try something, try it. That's the lesson. Don't let like I said before, you're your only limitation. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. It's up to you. You want to try something, try it, see how it happens. If it doesn't work out, life will go on. But if it does work out, even better. Because you never know what will happen for you when you do try. That's kind of the lesson. That's the lesson in my whole. If you watch anything I do in my life, it's all about that. Try something, collaborate, do something. I mean, just do it. I'm a doer. I say that in all my stuff. I am a doer. I don't know if that's a word, but I am a doer. I do. I do. Well, I do that too. Luckily, I can do that. A good dump is it's good. Trust me. Oh, geez, there she goes. I love you guys very much too, and I think we need more people like us out here who come together for a space and time, and be together. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. It is, and it really is. I mean, that's kind of the whole gist of the story. It's very important. I'm gonna get into the last couple of minutes. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold out to the last couple of minutes, kids. I'm not gonna leave. I'm not leaving early. I'll make them kick me off. Last few minutes. But it is. That's the thing. The thing is, life goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. It's going by faster for me, it seems like, as I get older. And like I said, I have less years ahead of me than I have more. So I'm going to make the most of those years as long as I can. I have no idea what the future holds for me, and that's fine. I don't need to know everything. I don't need the whole plan. I'm okay with just taking it day by day, step by step, putting one foot in front of the other, planning one thing in front of the other. I'm good to go. And stop it, Candy Mac. Stop it. You know that was a good idea. Stop it. Trying to give me more jobs. You know, I'm like tired already as it is. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna continue doing interviews and continue doing music. I've continued doing books. My empire is just beginning. I have more. I want to do, and I have some great collaborations, and that's what we're gonna do. We're at the last minute and a half, folks. Thank you for the 50th episode of Talk A Lot with James Lott Jr. My song, Late Night Talking, is on my SoundCloud page, James Lott Jr. That's the SoundCloud page. You can listen for free. I'm going to possibly share it so people can actually see it. My album, Safety in Numbers, is out right now. You can get it wherever it's streaming. I have like 5 books out. Go get my books. Go to Amazon.com. My books are good. I am there's Aaron Spelling. Aaron Spelling Lott. I'm scoring a film. I'm doing some other stuff. I got some stuff coming out. It's going to be really good. I have some great interviews coming out tomorrow. So Chronicles of Jessica Wu. That interview is coming out tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow morning. I forgot to tell you guys, Iron Beard and Brandon. It'll be out tomorrow. I forgot about that. So that's coming out tomorrow. But I have 3 things coming out. I have another left-handed episode coming out tomorrow and something else. So those are all good coming out tomorrow. I have a person who taught herself how to be left-handed. That's the episode tomorrow. It's a trip. She's from Brazil. All the way from Brazil. So doing that. But the reunion episode is tomorrow. Chronicles of Jessica Wu Season 2. It's out tomorrow. It's a fun episode. You guys will love it. I love you guys. Bye.